more, Michael. Lift it. Oh, give me one more. Don't be a baby. Such a baby. We have much work to do, Michael.
Never fails. Your muscles can only work so hard before they tire and then just stop working. But you know, there's one muscle in your body that never stops working. Because if it did, well, you'd die. That muscle is your heart. The heart is a remarkable organ. Not much bigger than your fist, it's able to pump the equivalent of more than 70 barrels of blood through your body each day. That's more than 18 million barrels in a lifetime. Pumping all that blood is no easy task. The force required to circulate the blood through the body during one heartbeat is equivalent to squeezing a tennis ball in your hand. Try doing that 70 times each minute for the rest of your life. So how's the heart able to work so hard without tiring out like the rest of our muscles? Well, the muscle that makes up the heart and the muscle that makes up your biceps, for example, are not the same. Muscles like your quadriceps, hamstrings, and biceps serve to move the various bones of your skeleton, which is why these muscles are called skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are made up of long, sausage-shaped cells. Like other cells in your body, skeletal muscle cells contain structures called mitochondria. Mitochondria are the power plants of the cell. They change the food that you eat into energy. The key to this process is oxygen. The oxygen you inhale is transported to the cells through the blood. Inside the cell, the mitochondria combine the oxygen with the food you eat to produce energy for your muscles. But the mitochondria in the muscle cells can only produce a limited amount of energy. And that energy is quickly used up when you put your muscles through strenuous and erratic exercise like weightlifting. To keep going, the muscle needs to draw more energy, and it does. But in the process, it stops using oxygen. This leads to the buildup of a substance called lactic acid in the muscle tissue, which causes the muscle to eventually fail.
You are such a baby.
Like the skeletal muscle, the heart muscle is made up of cells. But these heart or cardiac cells contain much more mitochondria than a skeletal muscle cell, up to 40% more by volume. These extra mitochondria translate into a lot more available energy for the heart. But that energy still can only go so far. Now, to make it last, the heart does what a marathon runner does. It paces itself. The heart follows the beat of its own drummer. You can't decide when you want it to contract or relax. It does so automatically. This automatic control starts with a cluster of special cells called the sinoatrial node. These cells generate an electrical signal that branches out into the heart muscle. The signal stimulates the cardiac muscle cells, causing them to contract all at once. The sinoatrial node discharges these electrical signals at a steady and constant pace, which is why the sinoatrial node is also known as the pacemaker. A steady pace ensures the energy produced by the mitochondria in the cardiac muscle cells is used efficiently, without producing too much lactic acid, which would cause the heart to eventually tire out and stop. Minor variations in heart rhythm are normal, because your heart has to deal with the different demands your body puts on it, like exercise. But severely erratic heartbeats can cause dizziness, faintness, and eventually death. One of the biggest causes of an erratic heartbeat is some kind of defect in the heart's own pacemaker. Now, luckily, this condition can be remedied with the insertion of an artificial pacemaker. Now, the artificial pacemaker is basically made up of two parts. You've got the main unit that houses a series of electronics and a power source. You've got a long wire with an electrode at the end. Now, what usually happens is the main unit is implanted under the skin while the wire is threaded down through a vein into the heart. Now, once activated, the pacemaker puts out a series of timed electric shocks that causes the heart muscle to contract in a regular pattern. Another treatment for erratic heart contractions is this. Now, you've seen it on television before. It's a defibrillator, and it's used in extreme cases like cardiac arrest, which is the immediate cause of death in many heart attack victims. Cardiac arrest is a rapid, spastic beating of the heart. With the heart pumping this way, blood can't circulate through the body properly, which quickly leads to death.
Ma'am, are you okay? I don't feel or see your breathing, Mark.
Normal heart rhythm can often be restored using a defibrillator. It applies a massive electric shock to the chest. The shock actually stops the heart.
Everybody clear?
So that it can reset its internal pacemaker and resume a normal rhythm. Now, we've been talking about how your heart muscle differs from your skeletal muscles, and that big difference being your heart muscle doesn't tire out. But your skeletal muscles and your heart muscle do share one big similarity. In order to stay healthy and get stronger, they both need plenty of exercise.
Everybody clear?